let's play this bobblehead.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Oh.
You know? What can be.
Oh.
Unburdened by what has been.
What
Really?
can be. Unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
Unburdened by what has been. What can be. Unburdened
By what has been.
what we can see, what we believe can be, unburdened by what can be.
You know what? She's starting to do that fake black accent.
No, she's always done that.
She's always done that. Well, she's
and it's
really
fake.
starting to kick it in.
And you can tell
Let's.
that she has been 100% groomed by the same people that groomed Barack Obama. She speaks like him. Her mannerisms are like him. She repeats his vernacular. Everything is a female Barack Obama.
We got a statement to make. You ready? You want to know what it is?
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone hearing my voice, everyone, doesn't even matter what color you are, you are more black than Kamala Harris. That's a fact, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
She is not from African descent, I'll tell you that.
No, certainly not.
She's Jamaican and Indian and Irish. And basically, that's what she is.
Okay. So
the United States has conducted an operation that...
Oh, here it comes. You guys ready? This is going to be epic. What you're about to hear right here, ladies and gentlemen. Ready? You're going to frame this out? I'm going to send you straight raw stuff. Is that cool? Mr. Board Operator? All right. We're sending it. We're broadcasting from high atop of the Pete Santilli Show building. So we got to bring it to you straight, raw, and real.
This is actually really
there he is.
A great comparison.
And everybody is blacker than this guy. I know I am. I've helped more African Americans or Black Americans, however they wish to be called, than this guy. But guess what? Watch the stark difference between the two world orders.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead.
The United States launched a targeted operation against that compound.
They did a lot of shooting, and they did a lot of blasting, even not going through the front door. You know, you think you go through the door. If you're a normal person, you say, knock, knock, may I come in?
After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body.
He died like a dog.
But his death does not mark the end of our effort.
A beautiful dog. A talented dog.
We give thanks for the men who carried out this operation.
And I don't get any credit for this, but that's okay. I never do. But here we are.
May God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
And I'm writing a book. I think I wrote 12 books. All did very well.
I love
Isn't that great?
Yeah. So he gets up there and he just talks like normal, like everyone should. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He doesn't get up there and try to fool anybody. He talks like a New Yorker, right? And he goes, he died like a dog.
Died like a dog. Yeah.
And I'll never forget that when that actually happened. And we watched that live when he announced that al-Baghdadi had been killed. And when he said he died like a dog, you and I looked at each other and cracked up. I was like, this guy is just so hilarious, okay? He really is. We just never heard a president speak the way that he does and talk to the American people honestly. And he doesn't ever go out of his character and pretend that he is whatever the audience is in front of him. Like, remember when Hillary Clinton would get in front of people in the South, and all of a sudden she developed this miraculous Southern Arkansas accent, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Barack Obama, depending on what crowd he was in front of, he would either speak, very, I have the black, well, I don't even know the vernacular. And then when he would get in front of leaders and things like that, like he just did, on that video, he would speak completely different. Trump talks the same way every single time. I don't think I've ever known him to get up and pretend to be something that he's not. Have you?
No.
Have you ever seen him do that?
No.
I never have either. And I think that's why people love him. He's quite, you see what you get, right? With Trump. And with these other people, you don't. We noticed over the weekend when Kamala Harris did her very first rally, or she was speaking in front of some folks, she immediately started putting on the whole black vernacular, and it was so fake. And I'm like, how can people not see this? That she's being 100% fake right now, you know?
Yeah, she's totally fake. Like she pretends like she smokes pot when she's over at the Breakfast Club, right? Remember that?
Well, she admitted that she did. She admitted and laughed about it, right? And her policies, make no mistake about that, had sent a lot of black men and white men and women to prison on marijuana charges, right? These people are felons to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And her policies in California. Trump is going to have a great.
All right.
Listen, don't count Trump. Don't get excited over everybody being excited about her.
Yeah.
She's going to have to. She's going to have to. Pete. She's going to have to defend the policies that she backed in the last 40 years that put our country in the position that it's in. She's going to have to back her. She was the border czar. She's going to have to explain that to the black community. She's going to have to explain a whole lot of stuff, right? And let's not forget, her great-great-great-grandfather was an Irish slave owner in Jamaica. He left Britain because they were abolishing slavery in England, and he was against that. He was against the abolitionists, and so he moved his family to Jamaica where he could own slaves in Jamaica. And he fought it to the bitter end. He didn't, and finally he became a millionaire. Her great-great-great-grandfather, her ancestor, Brown, became a millionaire, Pete. Do you know why? Because he was forced to sell his slaves back to Britain and so that they could be free. He was forced to sell them, and he became the equivalent of a millionaire in today's money. So that's where Kamala Harris's old money comes from.
Banks are supposed to be the safest placeholders for cash in the world, but in 2022 that changed. The Federal Reserve pulled out $2.5 trillion of liquidity out of the banks, and the Fed also changed the requirements so banks don't need to keep any funds on hand. This means banks are starved for liquidity and have now become very dangerous places to hold your assets. Get out of the system with the world's safest and most private assets, silver and gold. Call Kirk Elliott, PhD at 720-605-3900.
Be sure to tell him Pete Santilli sent you.